Now, when you do a clinic overseas, like France, for instance, how do you get your horses over there?
I don't. When I go there, I just take my saddle and snaffle bit, and my shaps and my rope and a halter, and away I go, and I just borrow whatever they give me to ride, and you'd be surprised some of the things they give me to ride.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, they're not afraid to test you and see what you're made of, and that's okay, because I should be able to handle it. It's really kind of a, in a way, I can't relate to someone that would literally go out of their way to see if they could prove you wrong or try to get you hurt. That's just not a great way to treat your fellow human being, considering that basically they're saying that they're comfortable with the notion of me getting hurt and maybe dying to prove their point. And that's a bad place to be coming from as a human, as far as I'm concerned. But with my experience, usually when I'm set up in that way, frankly, I feel a little sorry for them that they can't do any better than that.
So do you observe a big difference or any difference between big city area horse owners and those that live in the deep country?
Well, yeah, there are differences, because, you know, some of the clinics that I do out in ranch country, people relate to the examples one might give of how you do a day's work on a horse, how you do your job on a horse, because a lot of those people do make their living on the back of a horse. And then you have to change how you teach depending on the demographic, because you might go to a big city and some of those horses never see open country in their life, and maybe spend their life in a little pen or a box stall. And I'm not a big fan of box stalls, believe me, but for some people that's the only place they have to keep their horse. So I try to help them learn a way to where at least when they have their horse out of the stall and they're working with them, that it's enjoyable for both of them, that the horse has a little something to look forward to.
So has Redford seen the film?
He has, yeah, and we've stayed in touch over the years. We got to be good friends through working in the Horse Whisperer film, and I think he probably came into the project 11 years ago, not knowing and even skeptical, and he left one of my biggest supporters. He really believes in what I'm doing, and now we're good enough friends that he's happy for me as a friend that all this is going on.
Speaking of all this going on, what does this mean for you going forward? I mean, is this going to change the way you operate now?
No, it's really not going to change much of anything. I am going to do a film in the future on the Faraway Horses, my book, and that's been a plan of mine for a long time. I don't feel like I'm done with that project until I finish up the story with a film, and now because of the documentary, and there's so many people talking about it, the phone has started to ring rather than me making the phone calls and no one answering.